What's up everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to my channel, and today we're just going to talk about the market, how it's been acting so far since the 007 Aston Martin drop, what we've seen since the major drop throughout February, and what I think is going to happen in the short term here. Let's get into this. Alright, so obviously in January to about early February, we saw a major run up in our collectibles for their prices. I was lucky enough to realize some of those gains with my Marvel Mighties that I bought in December, sold later in January, and I was lucky enough to sell right near the peak of them. Now, I wasn't so lucky to then identify some collectibles that in the following week or so began to drop in price, and then put my money into those collectibles only to realize that those collectibles continued to decline. Now, I still put my gems into collectibles that I have a longer term strategy on. And I still put money into collectibles that meet my price prediction criteria, and I still think I got in at a good price, despite some of them in some cases falling another 30 to 40%. Ben Riley being the most significant one of those, and I bought two of them. Still, I've got great plans for Ben Riley. Catwoman was another one, which has a catalyst coming up this week. Actually, the Batman drops, and I'm hoping to see the Catwoman start to climb a little bit in price. But I've also got collectibles that I had realized gains and I tried to sell on the way down, and I just wasn't getting any buyers, and it got to a point where I wasn't comfortable selling them at the price that I would get for them, so I just held on to them. That's things like Deadpool and Groot. And then the Mickey lenticular cards dropped and I had to get two of those, and those have also gone down in price. Now, I'm still really confident in all of those collectibles that I picked up that are currently down, and I'm holding on to them for the mid to long term. But it's the market that I see right now, and I'm trying to think about collectibles that I want to purchase, and I actually started to put some of my gems into comics just hours prior to the Aston Martin drop, just because I had those gems and I saw that we were likely going to raise in price after the Aston Martin drop and when the markets opened. So I picked up myself a Captain Carter Mighty Marvels, and that's gone up a little bit. And I picked up a few other comics that I was able to flip for anywhere from 20 to 30 gems. I like flipping comics, and I don't so much like flipping collectibles. I feel like comics, when I purchase one that I'm interested in, I can look through it, and then I don't have so much of an emotional attachment to then sell it. But that actually helps me in my investment strategy for Veve and what I plan to do in Veve, because I can find a comic that I think is undervalued that's going to go up in price, I can purchase it, and then I have no emotional attachment to get out of it when I'm ready to. But after all these purchases and after selling and flipping a little bit, I find that we are in a point in time with Veve where we're not going to see a lot of price increases. In fact, if anything, I think we're going to see a slow decrease over time with our collectibles, until we get some major news or until the MTL is fully rolled out. And here's why I think that. February saw two major collectibles get dropped, and that was the Valentine's Day Golden Moments and the Aston Martin. And with major drops, especially if there's two in a month, you typically see the gems being purchased outweighing the burns and the list price of collectibles entering the app. So we have more gems to go around collectibles on the market. But in February, we didn't see that. In fact, we saw a decline of more than -5 million gems, so less gems to go around to other collectibles in the aftermarket. Now, I think that's going to be a continuing trend, especially with MTL rolling out and people really wanting to get in on that. Let's face it, MTL is major news for the platform and people are ready to withdraw their profits. That does not mean it's the end of the platform, and it does not mean that the platform is going to continuously go down. We will hit a stabilization in the market where everybody that has wanted to pull out gems has, and we'll hit an equilibrium where the new users coming onto the platform that perhaps MTL has drawn has allowed them to bring in more gems into the platform than are leaving. Because definitely people are sitting on gems in their wallets that they already have lined up to withdraw because of MTL. So we can already consider those gems withdrawn. And if that's true, we've seen the majority of the pain that we will experience with the MTL rolling out. And I do think that's the case. I do think that the majority of the downtrend in our collectibles pricing caused by MTL in the long term has already happened. And like I've said, in the long term, we're going to see the MTL actually be a benefit to the pricing of our collectibles as more people flock onto the platform that now know that you can withdraw from the platform. And that comes back down to knowing the type of users that Veve is drawing onto their platform right now. Those that do their research into the NFT space would know that Veve currently does not allow you to withdraw your gems. Those are the more well-versed people in the space that are smart with where they put their money. They're not making fearful purchases because they think they're missing out on something. They know and they're deciding smartly where to put their money. And those are the people in the long term that we need to see coming onto the Veve platform. Those are the people with the money that will collect the various comics and collectibles on the marketplace and will drive up the price in the long term once they know that MTL has been rolled out. Currently, the disappointment around Veve is that you can't withdraw, but you should have known that coming into the platform that you couldn't withdraw if you did your research beforehand. And those are the users that you hear getting frustrated and getting disappointed that their collectible prices are going down. And those aren't the users that you want to see on Veve in the long term. And as soon as MTL rolls out, they'll be the first to leave, which is fine because it's the right users that you want to see in this space and using this space. Now, that doesn't mean that everybody that didn't know that you could withdraw from Veve is the wrong user for the platform. It's a generality, and I was one of those that did not know that you could withdraw when I entered the platform. But doing my research afterwards and doing my due diligence, I learned the news that Veve has coming down the pipeline and what they've got planned for the platform and the team behind them, and I'm all in on Veve. So my game plan for this short term is to just take it easy with marketplace purchases, because I do think we'll still see some sort of a downtrend, especially if a big collectible is announced that's going to be dropping soon. We're not out of the woods just yet with our collectibles, but I think in the long term, we'll see prices definitely exceed where we're at. This is not a financial advice. This is just what I'm thinking at this point in time. That could change with news coming out about Veve, negative catalysts coming out about Veve that will cause the price to go down further and further. But if Veve keeps up with their promises, keeps consistent, and new brands come onto the platform, we'll definitely see prices increase. So I do have some gems sitting on the sideline after that Aston Martin gem squeeze that I picked up some collectibles and then sold for a quick, healthy profit. And I'm gonna slowly, as we see the market either go up or go down, dollar cost average my gems into certain collectibles that I've got my eye on, whether it's for a short-term flip or for the long term. Essentially, instead of taking all my gems and putting them into collectibles right now, I'm gonna slowly put them into collectibles over time, capturing the different market trends during that time period. I'm in no rush right now to purchase anything. I'm just gonna take it easy, watch the market, and plan accordingly. Please comment below your thoughts on what I've been talking about here. Leave it in the comment section. If you agree, disagree, leave it below. A like goes a really long way for me with this channel, as well as a subscribe. That really helps me. If you wanna see more Veve content, thank you so much for watching.